comments. Plus, we'll bring you today's play of the game. From the Padres Radio Network, here's Sam Levitt.
Welcome into our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show here on the Padres Radio Network. Final score in Kansas City on this Saturday afternoon. The Royals 6 and the Padres 1, as the Padres have lost the first two games of this 3-game series in Kansas City and the first two games of this 10-game road trip. A lot to do on our postgame coverage. We'll go back to Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, hear from Padres manager Craig Stammen, recap this game from start to finish, and much, much more. As always, our post-game coverage brought to you by Jamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, need a little me time? Jamul Spa was just named one of the top 100 spas in America. Jamul Casino Resort, the player's place. Well, let's start with this. You were hoping the Padres would come out in this game today after such an incredibly tough loss last night. Back and forth game, wild game, a heartbreaker, kind of like a soul crusher yesterday to begin this series and this road trip and the second half of the season. You were hoping that they would come out and get things back on track today, and that just flatly did not happen in this ball game today, and really for two reasons. Number one, and first and foremost, the first issue of this game was the Padres having tons of opportunities with runners in scoring position, and they were unable to cash in. Padres went 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position, not just in this game, but in the first 6 innings of this game alone. You were talking about a situation with runners on first and second in the first inning, didn't score, double in the second, double in the third, a double in the fourth inning. You had, not a double in the third, but a double in the second, double in the fourth, and you had big opportunities in the fifth inning, the sixth inning. We'll get into all of the details, but Padres were trailing most of this game, down by 2, down by 3. They had chances, flatly had chances to get some big hits, and this was a winnable game from that standpoint. I thought Jesse and Tony made the good point. You know, you look at a 6-1 final score, typically that indicates it wasn't a super close game. No. I mean, the Padres had chances throughout the first 6 innings to cash in and make this a very different result, and unfortunately could not do it in this game today. So that was certainly issue number one. Issue number two is that, again, Griffin Canning was not great. 3 2/3 innings, 4 earned runs given up, 65 pitches today for Griffin, 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. You know, rough day for Griffin Canning, throwing 65 pitches through less than 4 innings. Was it an outing that necessarily unraveled on Griffin? No, but you're looking for better than 4 runs given up in 3 2/3 innings. And we talked so much pregame because of the state of the Padres bullpen. We talked pregame about the necessity that Griffin would go deep and be more effective in this game, give you both length and effectiveness, and really didn't do either. So you were, put behind in that sense if you were the Padres offense in this game with the 4 runs given up by Canning in less than 4 innings. But again, however, if you watch this game and you saw some of the moments, especially in the 5th and 6th inning with the inning-ending double plays, Padres had their chances. I mean, against the team that entered this week with the worst record, or weekend with the worst record in all of baseball, tied for the worst record in all of baseball. Look, you got to take advantage. You do when you have those opportunities, and the Padres did not in this ball game. And then you take a look at sort of the bigger picture of the last 2 days, and I don't think there is any way around it. A really disappointing couple of days coming out of the All-Star break. Again, this is the series. This was the opponent out of the 3 that you play on this road trip that is not good. I mean, Atlanta, they've struggled a little bit end of the first half, but they're a good team. 4 games in Atlanta, 3 games against the Miami team that has been really, really impressive coming up next weekend. But this was the series. Is it Is it too much to say this was a series you felt like you definitely had to at least win, and you're not going to win it? Now you're looking to salvage the series finale in Kansas City tomorrow, again, against the team who came into this weekend tied for the worst record in all of baseball. So doesn't mean the road trip is a disaster. Doesn't mean, you don't have plenty of time on this trip or in this second half to right the ship, but it's certainly not the way you wanted to start the trip. No doubt about that, by having a heartbreaker yesterday and then, just the game today where you didn't come through in the spot you had to come through. The pitching wasn't great, and that was the story. So not a great start to the trip, no doubt about that. We will see if the Padres can find a way to get a win in Kansas City tomorrow, but starting 0-2 on this trip, certainly not the way you drew it up. When we come back, we'll get into our game recap, our radio highlights. We'll hear from Padres manager Craig Stammen coming up a little bit later as well. Final score today in Kansas City, Royals 6 and the Padres 1. Our postgame coverage continues after this.
Today.
Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Final score today in Kansas City, Royals 6 and the Padres 1 as the Padres fall in a second consecutive game in Kansas City to begin the second half of the season. Still a lot to do. We'll head back to Kauffman Stadium in KC, hear from Padres manager Craig Stammen. Coming up in a little bit, we'll have a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard and much, much more. But first, let's recap how this one went down in Kansas City.
Which moments determine the outcome of today's game? We'll paint you a picture with our game highlights on the Padres Radio Network.
Well, right-hander Randy Dobnak on the mound for Kansas City today. He walked 2 in the opening frame, but the Padres did not score in the top of the first inning. Bottom of the first inning, Griffin Canning on the mound for San Diego. Carter Jensen hit a leadoff single. He was still on base with 2 men away for Lane Thomas.
0-1 pitch, and Thomas sends it in the air deep to left field. Gavin Sheets back it up at the wall. This one gonna go for the second consecutive game. Lane Thomas, a home run in his first at bat. This time it's a 2-run shot, and the Royals take a 2-0 lead in the first.
Royals led 2-0 after 1 inning today. Let's fast forward to the third. Dobnak still on the mound for Kansas City. Fernando Tatis Jr. led off.
1-2, hung a breaking ball. Tatis hits it in the air to left field and deep. Collins is back at the wall. This one gonna go. Fernando Tatis Jr. with his 6th of the year. Kind of threatened last night. Couple of fly balls deep to right. And here this afternoon, he clears the wall and left. Padres are on the board. It's 2-1.
So, Fernando, we talked about that power in the pregame, right? We wanted to see it. We saw it, and the Padres trailed 2-1 after 2.5 innings today. Canning then issued a walk to begin the bottom of the third. Later in the inning, it was Jack Caglione.
And Canning's first pitch is laced into the left center field gap. Sheets and Merrill coming together. That one will bounce between them, hit up against the wall. Sheets picks it up off the warning track. Jensen rounding third. He'll come in to score. It's an RBI double for Jack Caglione. The Royals get that run back, and it's 3-1.
Padres down 3-1 going to the fourth inning. Canning back to work in the bottom half. A runner on second base with 2 men away for Isaac Collins.
2-1. Collins lines it into center field. Merrill coming in, has to play it on a hop. Massey rounding third. Here comes the throw to the plate. Cut by Machado. Throw back to first. Not in time. RBI single by Collins, and 4-1 Royals.
So the Padres trailed 4-1 after 4 innings. They had their opportunities early in this game. They had a double against Dobnak in the second. They did not score again after the Fernando home run in the third. They had a double against Dobnak again in the fourth inning. In the fifth inning, the Padres loaded the bases against Dobnak, down 4-1, down by 3 runs. Manny Machado coming up. Royals went to righty Steven Cruz out of the bullpen. Machado grounded into an inning-ending double play. Padres were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position through 5 innings. 6th inning, Padres still down 4-1, and they rallied yet again. Ty France double. Jake Cronenworth laid down a bunt single to put runners on first and third, but then Miguel Andujar grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Inning over. Matt Waldron was working in the bottom half of the 6th inning. He gave up a single, then a 2-run home run to Salvador Perez. Royals had a 6-1 lead through 6, and that was about the story in this game. The Royals bullpen did a really nice job in this game. Steven Cruz, Daniel Lynch, Beck Way, Eli Morgan combining for 4 2/3 innings of relief, scoreless, giving up just 2 hits after Dobnak went 4 1/3 innings, gave up the home run to Fernando. Padres bullpen did their part after Waldron. Marinaccio a scoreless 7th inning. Johnny Brito a scoreless 8th inning. And that was it here today. Bottom line was this. Padres got 1 run. It came on the Tatis home run. Otherwise, the Padres were 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. And unfortunately, the one hit they had with a runner in scoring position was the bunt by Jake Cronenworth. Aside from that, did not have a hit with a runner in scoring position. And that was that here today as the Padres fall 6-1. Taking a look at the final totals here today for the Royals. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. For the Padres, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Padres drop back to 2 games below 500 at 48-50. Royals improved to 40-59 on the season. Winning pitcher today, Daniel Lynch, who improves to 3-2. The losing pitcher was Griffin Canning, who drops to 1-8. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll go back to Kansas City, hear from Padres manager Craig Stammen as the Padres fall 6-1 to the Royals on this Saturday. Our post-game coverage continues after this. Our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Final score today in Kansas City, Royals 6 and the Padres 1, as the Padres have dropped the first 2 games of this 3-game series against the Royals and the first 2 games of this 10-game road trip. We'll hear from Craig Stammen in just a moment. Stay tuned for that. We'll also continue to talk about this Padres offense that has been the story of the day, of the game, especially with the runners in scoring position. Padres going 1 for 9 with RISP today, but we'll talk even more about the offense and what went down in this game. Full look at the out-of-town scoreboard coming up a little bit later as well. Again, the Padres had plenty of opportunities. Starting pitching didn't help them out a ton. Griffin Canning giving up 4 runs, 3 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 365 pitches in 3 2/3. Gave up the 2-run home run to Lane Thomas in the first inning. Second time in as many days in this series that Thomas has provided the game's first run, so he continues to be a thorn in the Padres side. But you zoom out, and 2 losses against the team that came into the weekend with or I should say tied for the worst record in baseball. So not what you envisioned when this road trip began. With all that in mind, let's go back to Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, hear from the Padre manager.
Let's pull up a seat in the manager's office and hear from Padres skipper Craig Stammen. Served up by Sinley Food. If you've had better chicken, you must be a rooster.
It's when you're starting pitching lots of runs, but your offense had a chance to maybe get back in quite a bit. What do you think of the flow of the game?
Yeah, we definitely had a chance. 3 double play balls again, 2 nights in a row, 3 double play balls. Those are rally killers. Clearly, bases loaded, 1 out, first and third, 1 out, and we got 2 hitters up that we really like having up in those spots, and just grounding in a double play. It's kind of an MO the first 2 games after the break, and you got to figure out a way to get the ball in the air in those situations.
Overall, obviously you had a lot of 1-out doubles, lead-off doubles. You had good at bats. You had some walks. What did you think of the at bats overall?
Yeah, I would say average. There was as many good ones as somewhat empty at bats, and so that's hard to score runs when the bats are just sporadic like that. You need them a little bit more consistent and put together, and we got to figure out a way to get that done. But today we did get it done.
What did you see from Griffin today?
Yeah, Griff was all right. He came out throwing a ton of strikes, gave that 2-run home run in the first. Pitched pretty good after that, and then second time through they got to him for a couple runs, but overall not bad. Kind of fair. It's kind of how the whole game was for us, just kind of average.
That was Padres manager Craig Stammen following this 6-1 loss to the Royals in Kansas City. Quick post game there from Craig. I heard Kevin Acey. I'm not sure who the other reporter was, so maybe not many questions being asked there. That's not on Craig. But quick post game there also. I think that's the air conditioning in his office, from what I've been told, is what you hear in the background. So, hey, is what it is. You got to deal with the AC unit sometimes. All right, back to the issues in this game. Let's go through it one by one here. The opportunities with runners in scoring position, because that was clearly the story of this game from a Padres standpoint. Yes, Griffin Canning wasn't great. Yes, he put the Padres behind again. We get that. But, man, oh man, the Padres had opportunities. First inning, Dobnak, who, is a journeyman type of guy, has been good so far in a Royal uniform. You got an early opportunity against him. He walks to Gavin Sheets, who is really slumping. He's in the midst of a long offer right now. We'll talk a little bit more about that after the break, but Sheets flies out in that first inning to end the inning. Padres strand 2-1. Then the Padres get a 1-out double from Jay Cronenworth in the second. He moves to third base on the ground out from Andujar. Fermin flies out. That's a runner left on base on third base. Then you had the fourth inning, 1-out double from Ty France. He's stranded there. And then you had the fifth and sixth innings where it was, these were major at-bats in this game. At the time, trailing just 4-1. In that fifth inning, Fermin doubles, Tatis walks, Bogaerts draws a 1-out walk. So you've got Manny coming up, representing the go-ahead run in the 5th inning. They go to the right-hander, the Royals do, and right-hander Steven Cruz to face him. And Manny hits into a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. I mean, that was a crusher. And then the 6th inning, Padres put runners on 1st and 3rd with 1 out. And then Andujar grounds into a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. And again, you were only down 4-1 in both those situations. So those were crushing double plays in this game, no doubt about it. And look, situations where at the very least, you get a fly ball deep enough into the outfield, you score a run on a sacrifice fly. So no doubt about it. That was the 1 for 9 right there with runners in scoring position. Again, all those opportunities came in the first 6 innings, and the only hit the Padres had with a runner in scoring position was that bunt by Cronenworth in the 6th inning. So not how you draw it up. You need, your big guys to come through with big hits. And unfortunately, aside from the Tatis home run, did not happen in this one for the Padres. When we come back, we'll dive even deeper into the offense. We're going to go back to something we talked about pregame. We'll have a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard coming your way a little bit later as well. Final score on this Saturday, Royals 6, Padres 1. Our postgame coverage continues after this. Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside the Padres Radio Network studios as we get ready, or not get ready, we get ready to put a bow on this game. We'll get you ready for tomorrow's series finale tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about that series finale coming up a little bit later. We continue to break this one down. Another tough one for the Padres here today as they drop this one to the Royals by a final score of 6-1. And so we'll get to a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard a little bit later, give you a look at where the standings are as far as the wild card. Padres didn't gain ground yesterday. They will not gain ground today, and certainly a time of year where They are in desperate need of gaining ground right now with the trade deadline looming in just a couple of weeks. Let's talk about something else the Padres need as we talk about today's Heart of the Order.
Let's take the pulse of the Padres and check in on the Heart of the Order, presented by Palomar Health Medical Group.
Well, yet again, another quiet day for the Padres' Heart of the Order. 3, 4, 5 spots. It was an 0 for Xander Bogaerts, 0 for 3 with a walk. Manny Machado, 0 for 3 with a walk. And Gavin Sheets, who's really struggling, went 0 for 4. So it was a combined 0 for 10 with a couple of walks for Bogaerts, Machado, and Sheets. But you know what? Let's go even higher in the order. Jackson Merrill, 0 for 4 in this game. So you looked at 2, 3, 4, 5 spots in the lineup today. They went a combined 0 for 14. You had France with 2 hits in the 6th spot. Cronenworth with 2 hits out of the 7th spot. Freddie Fermin had a double in this game. Fernando had the home run. That was those were the 6 hits for the Padres. But again, Merrill, Bogaerts, Machado, and Sheets took a combined 0 for 14 in this game. And look, it is going to be awfully tough for the Padres to win games in the second half at the level they need to win them if they don't get more production from guys like that. I mean, you're looking at a series now where Jackson Merrill is 0 for 9. You're looking at a series now where Manny Machado is 0 for 7. Gavin Sheets is 0 for 8. And those are really important players. And Xander Bogaerts had a single yesterday, but that was it. So Xander is a combined 1 for 8 against not a great pitching staff in the Kansas City Royals. Look, you can slice it up any way you want today. That was the issue. You can talk about offers from your 2 through 5 hitters. You can talk about a 1 for 9. You know, really an 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. I say 1 for 9 because that's technically what it was, but the one hit they had was a bunt. So it was really like an 0 for 8 and then like a bunt added on. The point is, needed more from the Padres offense today, one way or another. And it is so, and this goes back to something we talked about going back to the early part of the season, going back to April, even when the Padres were winning a lot of games and things were going well, and they were kind of doing it despite their big hitters not playing all that well. The time is now. There is no time to waste. I mean, look, obviously Manny had a better ending to the first half, but, you know, Jackson Merrill's got to get it going. Xander Bogaerts got to get it going. Manny needs to get it going again. Gavin Sheets has become an incredibly important player to this team. He's batting 5th right now. He's got to get it going. You need those guys to start performing at a very, very high level to go on the run, to create momentum. And, you know, a day where those hitters 2 through 5 take a combined 0 for 14, it's going to be a pretty tough day. And it was today for the Padres. Let's tell you about today's relief pitcher of the game.
Which pitcher entered the game and slammed the door shut? This is today's relief pitcher of the game, brought to you by San Diego criminal defense attorney David P. Shapiro. We help good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. Learn more at davidpshapirolaw.com.
We'll stay on the Padres side of things today for our relief pitcher of the game because we can. Ron Marinaccio, a scoreless 7th inning. Johnny Brito, a scoreless 8th inning out of the bullpen. Those guys doing a nice job, at least keeping the Padres in it. They were down 6-1 at the time. So who do we give it to? Let's see. Marinaccio gave up a double. Brito also gave up a double. They each had 1 strikeout. So even. You know what? We'll split it. Co-relief pitcher of the game. I make the executive decisions here on the Padres Radio Network. Marinaccio and Brito will be our co-relief pitchers of the game here today. A couple of bright spots out of the bullpen on otherwise a tough day for Padres pitching. Again, Canning, not great. 3 2/3 innings, 4 runs given up. Matt Waldron gave up the home run to Perez. I guess, you know, the good news for Waldron is he did give you at least a little length out of the bullpen, 2 innings and a third. But Padres were behind, and they never could come back after Cannon gave up 4 in 3 2/3. When we come back, a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll get you ready for tomorrow's series finale in Kansas City. If you want to get a phone call in, 833-288-0973. Phone number to call, again, 833-288-0973. The phone number to dial. Final score again, Royals 6, Padres 1. Our post-game coverage continues after this. Our Jamul Casino Resort Padres post-game show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Final score here today, Royals 6 and the Padres 1. Sam Levitt with you as we continue to wrap this one up. We'll have a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard in just a little bit, so stay tuned for that and get you ready for the series finale in Kansas City coming your way tomorrow morning. As always, our post-game coverage brought to you by Jamul Casino Resort. A player, the rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Jamul Casino Resort, the player's place. Let's go to the phones here quickly, maybe squeeze one call in or two at 833-288-0973. Let's go to Thomas in Del Cerro calling in on this Saturday. Thomas, you're on our post-game coverage here on the Padres Radio Network. Go ahead.
What's going on, 7-Eleven? Well, I'm actually
Hey,
right
Thomas.
now in Golden Hill Park. It's lovely out here. I mean, that's helping me be in a good mood right now because, other than the Padres getting me upset, looking at the view. It's a great view out here. Golden Hill.
Nice.
Recommend it.
Where'd you say you were?
Petco.
Where'd you say you were?
It's called Golden Hill Park. It's right by
Nice.
Petco Park.
Nice.
Nice view.
Good
I know
for
you've
you.
been over, Sammy, but it's a great view. Check it out. I just want to start off a positive note. I'm just going to go to I'm going to Atlanta on Monday, so I'll be out game one. Any fans are listening, let's just show up. Let's go strong. Let's represent.
Yeah.
Let's be loud. I mean, I know the Padres ain't shortage on fans, so they need fans. So let's get it. Anybody going to Atlanta? I'll be out game one, Atlanta. So let's represent.
All right,
I'll call you
Thomas.
if I can over there.
All right, sounds good.
Just
Appreciate the phone call. Yeah, appreciate the phone call, Thomas. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you have a good time in Atlanta. Look, I'll say this, and again, we'll have a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard here in a second. The other reason these two games in Kansas City really hurt is that you've had opportunities to pick up ground last couple of days. The Marlins lost again today. The Cardinals lost today. Those two teams came in tied for the final wild card spot in the National League. So the Padres, fortunately for them, are going to remain 3.5 games out of a wild card spot at the end of the day. Now, that's only part of the equation. They've got 1, 2, 3 teams in between just them and the Marlins and Cardinals. So they got to pass 5 teams right now to get to a playoff spot. Plenty of time to do it. But the point is, when you are playing a team that came in to this series 21 games under 500, and you've got a prime opportunity yesterday to win a game and you lose it, and you have an opportunity today with all the chances the Padres had to score, and you lose that game, you're missing golden opportunities. These are the types of games you got to win when you're trying to build momentum, when you're trying to go on a run. These are the types of games. And look, if the Padres would have won these first 2 on this road trip, wouldn't the feeling be different? Instead of being 2 games below 500, you would be 2 games above, and you would have picked up some ground. I mean, you'd be looking at, 2 games or so out of a playoff spot. And all of a sudden, you would have been looking at 4 wins in a row. So didn't happen. But this is why these games are so important. All of them right now, especially with the trade deadline looming. So, you can slice it up a lot of different ways. I guess the primary way you slice it is that it was just a big missed opportunity. Last 2 days, they still have an opportunity to pick up a win in this series, but now you're looking to avoid a sweep in Kansas City. Let's take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard, tell you what's going on around the majors on this Saturday.
Let's take a trip around the bigs to highlight the scores that matter most with our out-of-town scoreboard. Presented by Jensen Premium Beef Patties. Always a hit for grilling.
We do have a number of games going on right now. The Red Sox are leading the Rays 7-6 at Fenway in the 7th inning. Red Sox looking for a 12th consecutive win if they can hang on in that one. Orioles lead the Astros 4-2 in Houston in the 11th. The Pirates and Guardians, they are delayed before first pitch in Cleveland due to the weather. That is game 2 of a doubleheader. Pirates beat the Guardians in game 1 of a doubleheader in Cleveland 7-1. Other finals, Cubs beat the Twins 6-2 in Chicago. Nico Horner had 4 hits in that game for the Cubs. The Phillies hung on to beat the Mets 6-1 in Philadelphia. Trey Turner, his 12th home run of the season. Kyle Schwarber, his 33rd home run of the season in that game. Blue Jays beat the White Sox 1-0 in Toronto. Shane Bieber, really good outing for Toronto, 6 scoreless innings. Rockies beat the Reds 10-3 in Colorado. The Rockies' TJ Rumfield, he had 4 hits in that game for Colorado. Rangers beat the Braves 7-6 in Atlanta. Brewers beat the Marlins 8-6 in Milwaukee. Diamondbacks over the Cardinals 5-3 in Arizona. And finally, Dodgers and the Yankees, they were postponed due to weather in New York. They will play a doubleheader at Yankee Stadium tomorrow. And that is a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard on this Saturday. Final score in Kansas City today, Royals 6 and the Padres 1. Let's hear today's play of the game.
One bounce, one hit, one pitch can be the difference between victory and defeat. What was the most important play in today's game? This is today's play of the game. Presented by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Restoration and Flood. We know how.
2-2. And Perez hits it in the air deep to center field. Jackson Merrill's going back. He's at the wall. This one gonna go. Batter's eye home run for Salvador Perez, the 315th of his major league career. And he inches a little bit closer to George Brett in Royal history. Just 2 back of the Hall of Famer. And the Royals add to their lead at 6-1 here in the 6th.
Yeah, that was our play of the game. The future Hall of Famer, Salvador Perez, a 2-run homer to give the Royals a 6-1 lead. We selected that because it felt like that was the swing where you said, all right, might not be the Padres' day, all the missed opportunities, then trailing by 5 going into the 7th inning. But nice moment for Salvador Perez, and unfortunately, that was today's play of the game. And I guess the Padres play of the game would have been Fernando's home run. Fernando Tatis Jr. Did homer today, his 5th home run of the season, 6th home run of the season for Fernando, his first home run in the month of July. And I'll just say this before we wrap things up. Good to see Fernando find a little power. We talked about it pregame today. He's been hitting the ball. Batting average has not been the issue. Had 3 hits last night. He had come in hitting .323 in his last 46 games, but he had not slugged much in that span. Did not have a home run in 13 games in July until today. So if you want to take a little silver lining away from this one, maybe it's that maybe Fernando found some of the power stroke here today. We'll see if that carries over into tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, the Padres wrap up this series in Kansas City. First pitch tomorrow at 11:10 a.m. in San Diego. Our pregame coverage will begin at 10:10. Right-hander German Marquez on the mound for the Padres. Left-hander Noah Cameron is on the mound for the Royals. Again, first pitch tomorrow at 11:10 a.m. As always, if you missed any portion of our postgame coverage, you can go back and listen to all of it on the Inside San Diego Baseball podcast, available on the free Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcast. You can also go back on the 97.3 The Fan YouTube channel and watch any portion of our post-game coverage there as well. A look at the final totals in this one here today for the Royals. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left on 4. For the Padres, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. They left on 7. Winning pitcher today, Daniel Lynch, who improves to 3-2. Losing pitcher, Griffin Canning, who drops to 1-8. Time of game, 2 hours and 29 minutes. And the crowd at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, 23,347. Once again, first pitch tomorrow, 11:10 a.m. on the West Coast. We'll be on the air at 10:10. Until then, for our great studio coordinator, Nick Danucci, I'm Sam Levitt saying so long from inside our Padres Radio Network studios. In the final score today in Kansas City, the Kansas City Royals 6 and the San Diego Padres 1. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Padres Radio Network. Have a great rest of your Saturday.